Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Harun Al Rasyid. I'm from English Education Department. Now I will presentation about my proposal. The title is The Correlation Between Self-Confidence and Students' Speaking Ability at 10th grade students of Madrasah Aliyah Hidayatul Ma'rifiyah at Pangkalan Kerinci. Okay, the first is background of the problem. Speaking is the most important skill to be developed and enhanced as means of effective communication. Speaking also an important aspect to acquire when learning a second or foreign language. And the success of learning the language is measured from the performance of learners to speak the language learners. According to UR, uh, of all the four language skills called listening, speaking, reading, and writing, speaking is the most important one that is very necessary for the effective communication. Uh, okay, next is based on the phenomena that occurred at Madrasah Aliyah Hidayatul Ma'rifiyah, the researcher tried to find the best solution and writes the title, namely the correlation of self-confidence on students' speaking ability in the Madrasah Aliyah Hidayatul Ma'rifiyah school environment. Okay, next problem, identification problem. Based on the explanation above, the writer identified the problems as follows. First, why are there still many students who cannot speak English? Second, why do some still use the local language in speaking English? Third, why do some students still don't understand when their interlocutor use English? And the last, why do some students have low self-confidence when speaking in English? Okay, limitation of the problem is after identifying the problem mentioned above, it becomes clear. Therefore, the authors need to focus on what effect students' self-confidence has on students' English speaking skills at Madrasah Aliyah Hidayatul Ma'rifiyah. Okay, next formulation of the problem. Formulation first, how is the speaking ability of students at Madrasah Aliyah Hidayatul Ma'rifiyah Pangkalan Kerinci, and the second is there have significant correlation between an environment that use a lot of local language and students confidence in speaking English. And then how is students confidence in English in speaking skills? And then and the last, is there a significant correlation between students self-confidence and students English skills? Okay, objective, the objective this proposal is to know the correlation between speaking ability of students at Madrasah Aliyah Hidayatul Ma'rifiyah. Okay, and to find a clear correlation between student self-confidence and students English speaking ability. Okay, Significance of this research are as follow. Hopefully, this research is able to benefit the writer as a novice researcher, especially in learning how to conduct a research. Second, this research findings are also expected to be useful and valuable, especially for students and teachers of English at Madrasah Aliyah Hidayatul Ma'rifiyah. And then the writer hopes this research can help the teachers to consider their students. And then the writer hopes this study can be useful for the state standard high school to the improvement. And finally, hope the writer can take benefit from this researcher for teaching English language in the future. Reason for choosing title have to reason have no have for reason. First, the writer feels interested and wants to get deep knowledge about the topic. The second, the title of the research is relevant to the writer's status. And then the title of the research is popular research target. And the last, the location of the research facility the writer is conducting the research. Okay. Next, I will explain about definition of term. First, correlation. In statistics, correlation or dependence is any statistical relationship. And then self-confidence. Self-confidence is an attitude about your skills and abilities. And then speaking ability. There are a lot definition of the word speaking that have been suggested by the researchers in language learning. Okay, theoretical framework. First, speaking. There are a lot of definition of the speaking that have been suggested by the researcher in language learning. In Webster New Word Dictionary, speaking to say word orally, to communicate as by talking, to make a request, and to make a speech. Okay, and then speaking performance. Speaking is an interactive process of constructing the meaning that involve producing, receiving, and processing information. Speaking performance or oral production is a popular research target and has been assessed in many fields. Okay, and then speaking problem. Speaking problems are some problems that make someone lacks of speaking ability. According to Davis and Peirce, language problems actually serve as one of important reasons behind poor academics performance. Okay, and then conceptual framework. The conceptual framework solves problems on students' English speaking and speaking performance. In order to clarify the theories that are used in this research, the writer want to explain about the variable of this research. This research is descriptive qualitative, which focus on analyzing students' speaking problems and speaking performance. Thus, the writer is only is one variable in this research. And research design in the study, the writers use quantitative research to find data. And then setting the research. This research was conducted at Madrasah Al Hidayatul Ma'rifiyah. It is located on Maharaja Indra Street from July until August 2020 in academic year 2019 to 2020. Population and sample. There were 4 class of social major in batch 2021 of Madrasah Aliyah 2020 of Madrasah Aliyah Hidayatul Ma'rifiyah, and writer only chose 2 class consists of 70 students because the writer selected the participant purposely. Technique of collecting data. The writer have 2 steps. First, questionnaire. The writer used questionnaires as the first technique of the research. The technique used to collect data and to help the writers to get information that relate to purpose of the research. And then interview. After collecting the data from questionnaire, the research did an interview to get the deeper information and to gather the data from the participant in their own words. And then technique of data analysis. The writer analyzes the data collection from questionnaire and students interview. The first analysis, the writer is questionnaire of what are students' English speaking problems and in speaking performance. The second analysis is analyzing the result of students' interview. This analysis to identify the problems in students' speaking performance. Okay, thank you. I think that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.